Hello, my friends, my old friends, and my new friends. I hope you guys are having or have a great day. Super early. I forgot to put my eye drops in. My freaking eyes are super red. Today we're going to be talking about my recent purchases and how I feel about them. And I'm going to be doing my makeup while talking about them. So let me put these in. Excuse me, drinking coffee. While I let me just put my eye drops in. I'll be right back. Okay, so the first thing we're going to talk about today is the most recent primer that I have purchased, which is my Wet n Wild Photo Focus Matte Primer Stick. I have been loving this, and the coolest thing I think about this, well, one, it keeps my face nice and matte, but I lost the lid and it hasn't dried out, and it's literally been over a week. The top is still nice and creamy. I don't have to like scrape off the top to be able to keep using it. I mean, not that this is really expensive. I will leave the prices of everything in the description box because I don't remember everything. But I think most of us know that Wet n Wild is not expensive. So this is probably less than $5, probably more like a couple bucks. This has been something that I really enjoy. I've noticed, and I don't know because I haven't been using this on the next product on its own. I've been using it with this consistently every time, but I have noticed this is literally the only time that the pores on my nose have been literally invisible. Like, so I don't know if it's the combination of the two or the Wet n Wild just fills in the pores on my nose. I will say there's been one downside to the primer, which is I've been getting whiteheads, just little ones. I've gotten 3, and they're not like under the skin. They're literally just all of a sudden it'll just pop up, and I'll look at my nose and I'm like, where the heck did that even come from? And that is very, very rare for me to get them on my nose. I'll get them every once in a while, like on my cheeks, but not my nose. So I've been using so many new things. I cannot blame it on that because it could be this, it could be the combination, but it isn't anything like cystic that is bothering me. I just pop it and keep it moving. If that's TMI, I'm sorry. Okay, and the next product that I've been loving, that I have just been absolutely adoring. This has literally made it to the top of the list of my favorite foundations. Second, I would say, is Catrice, but we're not ranking my foundations. But this is definitely fantastic. And it is the Too Faced Born This Way Matte 24-hour undetectable longwear foundation. I would say I would use about a pump and a half, sometimes 2. The pumps maybe have a big face, I don't freaking know, but the pumps are, to me, seem kind of small. But I also do use a sponge instead of a brush. You know what, let's use a sponge on one side and a brush on the other and see how far I get with my foundation. But I have been loving it. I think the coverage on this is phenomenal. It covers so beautifully. It lasts so well throughout the day. And I mean, that's with a mask on. As you know, I'm a nail tech, so I'm wearing a mask. I mean, everyone is wearing a mask, but I have to wear a mask all day. I'm not at home when I'm at work. Obviously, oh my gosh, I can't even think. When I'm not at home, I'm wearing a mask, and this is lasting. Oh my gosh, I just said I was gonna use a freaking brush on one side. I have to go in with a little bit more, so we're gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna take it off and then we'll do it. Yeah, I have been, and then, you know, when as soon as I take my mask off and there I go. As soon as I take my mask off for the day, I don't feel like the bottom half of my face is like makeupless, you know, and you can tell the difference of what I look like with and without makeup. I'm not naturally blessed with super clear skin. Oh, it's not that it's not clear, it's I have vitiligo, I have freckles, natural freckles. I have some hyperpigmentation above my lip because I just had a baby. I act like I just had him yesterday. He's almost 2. And so I do, you know, have, I just took my nail into, this is just going great. Okay, so I'm gonna reprime my face. There, I took the foundation off. The only thing I will say is it does crease in the lines of my nose. Oh, I thought it was my son. But all foundations do that to me, not just this one. So let me find a brush. I'll be using the BK Beauty 106 brush for this side of my face. We're going to use 1 pump. See, it's not very much. It's super liquidy. So you just need a tad. And I'm using her technique. She says she likes to kind of stipple it in certain areas, and then as she gets to the perimeter of her face, she does swiping motions. I have not used a brush to apply my foundation. And so stinking long. It's crazy. So it really will give me an idea of how I feel about the application, because sometimes it is so different when you apply it with different tools. So I feel like I'm not getting the coverage that I like with the brush. I feel like I'm getting streak marks. And this is one of my favorite brushes for cream blush. I don't like this for foundation usually. I don't like brushes for foundation, period. But I do feel like this is leaving me with streak marks, especially above my lip. The next product that I have been absolutely loving is my KKW concealer in number 4. I think that this formulation is amazing. I don't know how much Kim Kardashian has control over her actual formula. We know she's no chemist, but whoever designed the formula for her, whether it be, you know, help or her helped create it, whether it be Mario or whoever, they did a fantastic job. I love the formulation. I think that this is very comparable to the Pat McGrath foundation or concealer. I think that they are probably pretty much in the same price range, to be perfectly honest, which is, I think, in the, I can't remember how much Kim Kardashian's is, but I know that I think, okay, one of my oldies but goodies, it's one of the products I've been using for a while now. It's one of my favorites. I have gone through 2 of these. It's my Charlotte Tilbury Flawless, I was about to say Flawless Finish, Airbrush Flawless Finish Skin Protecting Micro Powder, and I use it in number 2. I can definitely use this in number 1. because if I use too much of this under my nose, it will, under my nose. I saw somebody running by. I just keep on not being able to focus. If I use too much of this underneath my eyes, it will turn yellow. I know it looks really light, but my skin is pretty light on my face. If you're new here, I have vitiligo. I don't have it as extreme as some people, but I do have it. I have it around my lips. I have it on my eyelids. Obviously you can see that because I haven't covered it yet. And I have it around my hairline. And on some of my fingers. And like on my hand. There. Alright, and the next product that I have been absolutely adoring and using like crazy is my Gucci bronzer. And I've been trying to find something else that I can use that I will like just as much, because this is pretty expensive. And I guess I heard a rumor that they came out with their refills, which makes me really happy. However, I've looked and I can't find it anywhere. Like, I've looked on the Gucci website. I looked on Sephora. I mean, I haven't looked recently, like as in today, but when I heard that is when I looked, which that was a couple of days ago. And I thought, oh, that's perfect, because then you don't have, I mean, hopefully it's like at least half the price, I'm hoping. Because this is like $62. I know I got mine off of the Gucci website because Sephora was out, and I am on a no purchasing from Sephora anymore. Like, I was literally like giving myself some leeway and purchasing from them here and there, and I will not purchase from Sephora ever again. So if I can't find the products that I want on the actual like website that for the brand, then I just won't. I'll try to find something else. Anyways, I've been loving this bronzer. It blends like a freaking dream. You barely have to touch your brush to the pan, and it just glides on. It doesn't go, it's not patchy. You don't have to worry about it's sticking to certain areas and not others. It's just literally, they did their thing with this. Like, they did that thing. The next thing that I have been, I know a lot of people are going to be like, what are you doing? I really like the KVD, what is it called now? Something Vegan Beauty. I don't even know. What are they calling this brand now? KVD Beauty blush in Fox Glove. Oh my gosh. I was gonna use this brush, but this is not what I use this for. I have been in love with this blush. It is so pretty. I mean, they have done a really, really great job with their blushes. I bought two. One is, I don't know where, but it is a little too dark, so I have to be really, really careful. Because I mean, look at this one, is actually not that dark. It may come off that way, but it really isn't. It's on this finger, and you get a lot of pigment. I love it. I think it's beautiful. Their formulation is so smooth, it's so soft, it goes on so easy. And oh, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. And again, I said it's the Everlasting Blush in Foxglove. so pretty and the packaging is so cute. I know I was not supporting her when supporting the brand when she was still a part of it. According to them, she is no longer a part of it, even though a lot of their products still say Kat Von D on them. Like when those blushes came, I just barely ordered those like a week ago. They said Kat Von D on the box. And I was just like, are they just trying to like finish up the boxes to not waste money? Because that really annoyed me, the fact that that was on there. Like, I don't want to see her name anywhere. Like, they should just change the whole freaking name instead of KVD Beauty, whatever, to something else. Anyway, the next product that I've been really liking and getting a lot of use out of is the new Hourglass Lighting Infinity Powder. And okay, so when I first got it, I was like, this doesn't look anything like the picture, which I've heard other people say the same thing. It is so light. The veining in the picture is way darker. And so I thought, okay, one thing that Hourglass prides themselves on is the fact that every one of theirs looks different. And so I thought, well, maybe mine will come in and it'll be a little darker. No, it's the same. It's just really light. I think it's the way that they take their pictures or something like that. So this is the Ambient Lighting Infinity Powder. It's a finishing powder for all over the face. And it tells you to use the ambient powder brush. Powder is fragile, handle with care. Okay. Well, I do actually have their brush. I don't know if this is the brush that they're talking about. I have this one, so I guess I'll use it since, I mean, it doesn't matter what brush you use, but I do happen to have it in, in my reach. And I am at the end of my complexion part, so I will use it because it says it's a finishing powder, and I really love the way that this looks. It isn't shiny. So I have another, okay, so I have this by Hourglass. It is this is not what I was thinking it was. Dang it. Okay, well, I don't know where any of my other ones are, but I have a lot of Hourglass. I really, really love them. Their other powders, so I will say this is probably the most comparable to it, other than the fact that these are supposed to be blushes. This has a sheen to it, if you can see. This has a slight sheen, but nothing compared to this one. Let me get a little bit more. It was hard to get in there with my nail. So this has more glow. Oh, you can barely see it. And this is just more powdery. These are beautiful. However, what I don't like is that they're so stinking tiny. Like, you have to use like this little brush, and it's just really, really little. But this was so worth every freaking penny. But I think that about most Hourglass products. So anyways, I think that this is beautiful. It's a very beautiful soft focus finishing powder. It gives you a very nice ethereal smooth look. I think you could probably even use this as an under eye setting powder and be okay and not look too dry, because it has a little bit of light reflecting pigments. Like I said, I wouldn't say it's glitter, and I wouldn't say it's a glow, because it's just the slightest amount. You can't even see it. So I've been really, really enjoying that. Next thing I've been enjoying, we're gonna go in the order of the way I use my products, is my KVD Brow Struck Dimension Powder in dark brown. I have had this, so I purchased it and then I threw it away when all that drama was going on. And then I had this brush. This I didn't throw away. This I kept because I really like the brush, but I just didn't use it. Like, I actually couldn't find it for a while. And then I need to throw this one away. I really do. But anyway, once she left the brand, I decided to give the product another chance, and I'm so glad I did, because I freaking love this brow powder. I am telling you, it is like almost goof proof if you're used to using powders. I can do my eyebrows so quick, and I'm not saying that I'm like the professional brow person. However, like, you don't need to put in a lot of effort to get your brows to look nice with this. The brow brush itself is like the perfect stiffness for your brows. I hate when they are too soft, because the one place you don't want a soft brush is your brows, because you need it to be stiff in order to get precise application. If they're too soft and the bristles are going everywhere, your brows aren't going to be nice and clean. And even though I know right now is, it's big on having these like very messy boy brow, I still can do that after, if you know what I mean. And you'll see in just a second when I show you my next product. Because what I like to do is I apply this, because although I do have eyebrows, they're very sparse, so I don't have a lot of hair, but I do have it. So I like to fill in my brows first, and then I go in with the next product. The brow powder itself has like a glitter to it. If you can see that, it's almost like an eyeshadow. I've never actually swatched this. Yeah, it's not flat. There is a sheen to that for sure, which is supposed to help give your eyebrows dimension. And right now, this powder on both the KBD website and Sephora is on sale for $8. I think it was normally somewhere in the $20 range. And done. I think they look the same, right? Okay, so yes, these two, combination of these two are amazing. I love this brush, and I really love that powder. So I was so happy I was able to bring that back into my makeup routine. The next product I have been really enjoying is my Wow Brow by e.l.f. I love this stuff. I love it. It's got little fibers in it. I don't really notice that it makes my eyebrows look thicker in any way, but I like that it's got a little bit of a tint. I like that it is a small brush, and I like that it lifts up my brows. The one thing is that it doesn't have, for me, a long, my hair is like growing crazy, a long hold time. But in all fairness, I have never found a brow product that leaves my brows the way that I put them in the beginning. I've never found one that does that all day. Never ever. Not Benefits, not Anastasia's. I've never found, like, I think my brows just naturally fall. And this keeps them up though for me pretty long and gives me a little extra fluffiness. I like that. I think they look pretty. I've really been enjoying it. I think this is like $1 and I've had it for a while. I haven't run out. One eyebrow item from e.l.f. that I hate is this. I'm like, are you serious? Like, this should be recalled. It is that bad. I used this because I thought, well, maybe I'm just not looking in the right places. One's for lashes and one's for brows. Lashes, I have not tried. Brows, I obviously have. It's all dirty. This made my eyebrows shiny, and it made the skin around my eyebrows shiny to the point where I could peel it off. I don't know why I still have this. I need to throw it away. It is horrible. Yeah, it was just like literally the worst eyebrow product I've ever used in my life, and I've used a lot. So that says a lot. Okay, the next product that I've been really enjoying is my P. Louise base. This stuff, obviously, I have pretty much almost finished it. For Mother's Day, my husband got me the entire collection of P. Louise eyeshadow primers. So I have every single color, but I use this is Rumor 2, and I like the white one as well. I have that one right here. I keep these ones close by, so I have Rumor 2 here, and then I have Rumor, this is 0 because it's the white one, and then I actually have, I don't know why I have this one right here. I have the purple one, which is Vivid Violet. I think this is, for some, I may be totally wrong. I thought this was in like they did it with Mitchell, but I'm not sure. That it could just be the purple one, but I'm not sure. But I really enjoy this base, set or not. It works so well at keeping my eyeshadow the exact same way as it is when I put it on in the morning. I have never, ever had to, like, I've never looked at my eyeshadow midday and gone, oh my gosh, where did it go? Ever. Since I started using this. And for some reason, my face in the past, before I even knew what primers and all that stuff was, would love to drink up products. And then they would just vanish. I'd have no eyeshadow left. I'd have no makeup on. I remember one time this guy in high school telling me, how come you come, like when I pick, because he used to give me and my cousin ride to school, and he would say, how come when I pick you up, you like, your face is all done, you're like all ready, and then I pick you up and you literally look like you ran a track, you worked an 8-hour shift, your face is like, you have no makeup on, your hair's flat. And I was like, I don't know. It doesn't last. I have naturally curly hair, and it was like to my butt, and I would, that old school chola crunchy hair, that was my thing, and I would run my fingers through my hair so much that it would wear it out, so my hair would just look crazy. There hasn't been one particular palette, though, to be perfectly honest, that I have been like dying over. So that's the one part that's probably going to be a little hard to try to see which one we should use. I mean, I have a couple that I've been enjoying, but I would say, I guess, would be the new Viseart Midsummer. I was gonna say Mademoiselle. The Midsummer palette. I really have been really enjoying this. I'm trying to talk about products that I've recently purchased, which 99% of these are recent purchases except for the P. Louise. Yeah, I think everything else is new. These are new. I got both of them, but I have not used this one yet, the Solstice. Although I like the color story, it's the color story I would normally like reach for. I think it just reminds me too much of their other palette that just came out. I don't know why, it does. And so I feel like I have double. I don't like that. So we're going to use this one because this is the one I've been really enjoying lately. And I think it is so pretty. We're gonna go in with the first, I don't think this has names. Yeah, it just says Petite Pro Midsummer eyeshadow palette made in the USA. It's $25. So the first color I'm going to go into is going to be this one right here. And I'm using my Morphe E28 brush. You know what's funny? As I say, oh, my P. Louise is creasing. Don't look away. As I always say, like that I don't like Morphe. And not that I don't like them, I'm just not their biggest fan. Yet I buy a lot of their freaking stuff. One of the palettes that I really enjoy from them is their new one, their 35C Everyday Chic palette. I think it's beautiful. I liked it so much that I actually bought one for my daughter. A bigger, fluffier brush and fluff this out. Alright guys, now we're gonna go underneath the eye with this shade here. Wait, sorry, this shade here on the bottom with this little bit of sparkle. Okay, I'm gonna use the same brush. I'm just gonna wipe it off. I need to wash these, all of my little rougher little smudge brushes are dirty. And I'm going to go in with my Sydney Grace palette. It's my favorite shade that they make so far. Oh my gosh. It's called Bailey's Bliss. If you've never tried anything from them, you have to try this and you will see why. It's gorgeous. And this palette by Vizier doesn't have a light shade like that you can use in your inner corner. Okay, now lashes. I have not found one that has me feeling like, oh my gosh, I never want to use falsies again. The one I've gotten most recently is the Natasha Denona, wait, this is even it, the Hourglass mascara. So the one looks like this. It's very stiff, but it doesn't hurt, which to me is a big deal because, oh my gosh, I've done this every time I use this freaking mascara and I never do that. I don't know why I lay this like that. But that is the one thing that I have really been enjoying, is that when it does not hurt, it doesn't poke my, underneath my lashes. But one thing that I've noticed is it gives more length than it does volume. I think that if you do more than 3 coats of this, you start to get very, very clumpy and it dries out, and so it's hard to do that many layers anyways, and I usually always do 3, so it's really difficult if you want to keep going back and forth. So I can do, like, for instance, this coat and then go over to this eye and do this one, but once I go back to do the second coat, the next eye will be a little too dry, that it almost feels crunchy. But I do like it for the lengthening. I just don't feel like this gives a whole lot of volume. That usually always works for me, is a spoolie. And this isn't, I wouldn't say that this is a dry formula, whereas like Pat McGrath's formula I would say is a pretty dry formula, which I love that about it. The only bad thing is it'll dry out quicker. This is more of a wet formula, so just be aware. Not that that's a bad thing or a good thing, it's just something to note. Makes my bottom lashes look really, really great. Unless I try to go in with 2 coats and then they're a clumpy mess. Okay, now here's 3. And now is when they get too hard to try to do the 3rd coat. Yeah, they like don't even want to move. Look at these ones right here are so stiff. They don't want to move. Okay, there we go. Like combing through the, it's like combing through hair when you've loaded it with hairspray. You can do it. It's not gonna be easy. These are my favorite lashes. I have never found any that I like more than these. One, they have an Invisiband, so you literally feel, you can't even tell you're wearing eyelashes. Though I am not a fan of the big thick black bands. I feel like they're too heavy. They're not easy to apply for me. These give you this nice long fluttery look. If you want to add mascara to them, it will make them way more voluminous. If you don't, it just looks very fluttery and pretty. But adding mascara to them does make them look very thick and full. So a lot of people want that really thick and very, you know, dramatic lash look. You can get this with these if you add mascara. However, alone, they look so beautiful, so beautiful. They do look, they give the fullness to your lashes, the lengthening to your lashes, and I think at Walmart they're like $9, and at Ulta they're like $11.99. So go to Walmart, unless you just want the points. So, and for my lips, this is what I have been dying over lately. Like, ColourPop killed it with the lip oil. It doesn't feel like a lip oil. If you haven't tried one of these, you need to. These feel like a lighter balm. I was gonna put a lip liner on because I haven't done that in a while. The lip liner that I really, really like is upstairs. And all of these are not lip liners. What is this? Strip down. I don't really have a favorite lip liner. Yeah, this isn't gonna work. I need to sharpen it. I don't really have a favorite lip liner. I don't use them enough. I think the closest I could call a favorite would be the lip liner by Mel Thompson, the collaboration she did with Christian Audet. I cannot remember the name of it. It's the nude one. I think it is beautiful. I thought I had it down here. I guess I don't. What is this? Oh, I have a pillow talk. Oh, it's an eyeliner. I didn't even know I have that. I didn't even know I had that. Okay. So yes, this is literally like the best. This isn't necessarily my favorite one of them. My favorite one, to be perfectly honest, is the clear one. It literally makes my lips look huge and plump, and it's not uncomfortable. It's not sticky. If I put it on underneath my mask just to keep my lips moisturized, it doesn't stick to my mask because it's an oil. But it's not oily. It's not like you're sticking a serum on your lips. It's got a little bit of like a chapsticky type of feel. And for the lack of a better term, I can't think of another way to describe this. I love it. It's amazing. So we are done, guys. This is a full face of products that I have been absolutely loving. This is the first time I've done one of these videos. I do not like this with lip liner. I'm not a lip liner fan. I'm just not. I'm not a lip. I like clear, but it looks pretty. Anyway. Alright guys, I hope that you guys found this informative. I hope that if you were thinking about picking up any of these products, that this either swayed you or pushed you in the opposite direction. Maybe you didn't like it. But I think these are stunning. I'm happy with everything that I've recently, most of the stuff I've recently purchased. Alright guys, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, an amazing week, and a marvelous rest of your month. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.